to talk about, but unfortunately I've been on the receiving end of just ridiculous accusation after ridiculous accusation regarding BetterHelp. People saying I'm this mastermind scammer who's running a Ponzi scheme.
Never said you were the only one. Your network is just one of many that are working side by side with BetterHelp.
About BetterHelp. They're an online counseling service. I've used it. I've loved it.
Even in the explanation video and the video on Thursday, he is still promoting the service.
They're YouTubers. Also, and it's not just a shtick from a sponsor read, it is a service I personally use, a service I personally love. In addition to recommending it in sponsored videos, I recommend it to friends and family, especially friends and family that are like, oh, I don't have the time to talk to someone. I've made no secret whatsoever that they've sponsored my videos in the past. And today, an awesome brought to you by BetterHelp.com/DeFranco. Brought to you by BetterHelp.com/DeFranco. Brought to you by BetterHelp.com/DeFranco. And I hit that note because certain versions of this story involve me sneaking in some sort of sponsorship, which is just not accurate, and how would that even make sense since my name's literally in the URL?
He did manage affiliate links without first informing certain creators that he is getting a cut as a partner.
Look, there's the Rogue Rocket. I don't know if you can see that. Is that showing on the screen? Hold on.
I don't know what Rogue Rocket is. So you know for a fact, like you can prove that's DeFranco's company?
Yes.
Yes. Now if you see, hold on.
So if I go to roguerocket.com, yeah, there's DeFranco.
Right there,
okay,
right there up top. I got it highlighted now. You should be able to see it on screen. That's Rogue Rocket right there in the URL tab. So.
Yep, I do see it. And so that's if you go for if that's
people can
if
just
you go
look
to,
at it through the here's the hold on let me
but you get that if you go to betterhelp.com/boogie.
Yes.
Interesting.
Yes, you do.
Well, I guess DeFranco's been. I guess I've made DeFranco literally dozens of dollars at this point.
Yeah, there's the link.
Probably.
You guys can check it if you
Yep,
want.
I see it right there. Holy shit! Affiliate plus UTM.
So you're saying you didn't know anything about this? Like this is just.
No, man. I don't fucking ask questions like this, dude. Like the whole reason I work with a brand manager is so I don't have to ask questions like this. He's like, here's the deal, here's the product. I try the product. If I like it, I do the deal.
Boogie himself stated that he didn't know DeFranco's company was behind the affiliate link.
Also, an important part that has been excluded or glossed over by some telling this story, I immediately suspended my sponsorships with them moving forward.
This is a lie, as the affiliate links under other creators that have Rogue Rocket on the URL are still active.
And I announced that last week when I first learned of the concerning language in their terms and conditions.
DeFranco and his whole news network don't care to read the terms of service before the sponsorship, basically.
I immediately suspended new sponsorships and I immediately reached out to them for a comment. And if you want to see their full response and what the concern from many was, you can watch once again that full Thursday video. But essentially the TLDR of their response is that BetterHelp has a team that is dedicated to rigorously vetting the counselors that use the service.
The terms of service directly contradicts this statement.
As far as the concerning words in their terms and conditions, they said that this was essentially legalese, legal language that was meant to limit legal liability, and also adding that they would modify it moving forward.
Moving forward as in removing it entirely as of October the 4th.
And as I mentioned Thursday, they will not be returning unless 1, they change those terms and conditions to a place that makes me feel overwhelmingly comfortable, and 2, I go to their offices in person, speak with their team in person, see their policies and procedures in action. Additionally, I want to talk to them and get responses in regard to a variety of complaints and accusations against.
Question 1. Why of all of the creators are you the one covering their PR move and going as far as to visit them?
Them. Also on top of this, a thing that has been excluded or glossed over by several of the people telling this story, I have involved a third-party journalist. And all of this, of course, is still developing. I reached out to a journalist that covered the controversy around BetterHelp.
Question 2. I covered the story and later several other people on the platform. We still don't know who is the unbiased journalist he is sending.
I want to address some fantastic new accusations that have come up from what has been deemed a gotcha moment from my Thursday video. I've seen accusations ranging from Philip DeFranco actually runs BetterHelp, or he owns part of it, or he's invested in it, or he's the mastermind behind everything. No. None of that is true. As I mentioned last week, and this has been used as a gotcha moment, here I'll play it. BetterHelp has been a sponsor of our videos. We've even partnered with them at a company level to help them with other sponsorships with other YouTubers. And so that clip has been misconstrued as, oh, that's the smoking gun. That is the evidence that Philip DeFranco, he is invested, he is part of it, he is the mastermind. No, and I'll explain this situation a little deeper. So at the beginning of this, I had my original sponsorship with BetterHelp, and it was just a win on all fronts for us. It was a sponsor that I personally used, thus a sponsor I personally trusted. It also brought in, of course, it's a sponsor, it brought in money, and unlike pretty much any sponsorship before, after I would do those spots, I would actually get messages from people thanking me for doing the spot. Some because they either personally enjoyed the service or they recommended it to a friend or family member and it was working out for them, and two, some others just seeing us onboarding a brand like BetterHelp as just taking away the stigma from talking to someone about what you're going through.
He's still going on a tangent about how good the service is on this explanation video that continues to be one-sided.
And actually, also while we're on this note, a popular narrative that has moved forward is that just everyone from the get-go, they were like, oh, BetterHelp's a scam. You look online, it's just people complaining. And of course, like with any service, there are going to be bad reviews. In some pockets of the internet, there could just be overwhelmingly bad reviews. But if you search, and I searched again this morning, if you search BetterHelp reviews, first one that pops up has 287 reviews, 4.2 rating. eCounseling.com, 90 reviews, 3.9 rating. Trustpilot, 7.3. Additionally, on the Better Business Bureau website, it has a customer rating of 4.4 stars, and it actually has a Better Business Bureau rating of A+.
The BBB cannot be used as a legitimate marker in this situation, as it is a private organization that gives one the option to pay to remove bad reviews.
Also, there have been people claiming that I'm preying on the mentally ill. No, and in fact, if you scrub through the bad reviews, while there's a variety of reasons. As far as the two main complaints, the first one was people being charged and it was being connected to a free trial of BetterHelp, which on that note, our sponsorships are integrations with BetterHelp. They are not free trial memberships. It is a purchase. When you go through the process, you get a page like this. But then also too, you had some people leaving bad reviews because they were being turned away from the service.
Which is not transparent at all, as the YouTubers that claim that they have used the service also claim to suffer severe depression and anxiety, have not been turned away, while viewers that have tried to enroll have just received automatic responses to get help someplace else because their cases are too severe.
And this is an important note that I want to hit on because it's not just that BetterHelp turned them away. If you look at BetterHelp's response to individuals like this, they recommend and even link to help you find face-to-face therapists, and they also link to incredibly important resources like crisis hotlines, suicide hotlines. And in fact, to read an email that someone received, they were complaining about this. BetterHelp said to them, we determined that online counseling with BetterHelp may not be the best option for you. Online counseling is still new and is not the most effective form of therapy for everybody. However, you deserve to get the best help possible, and seeking for help is certainly a step in the right direction. We recommend considering traditional face-to-face therapy, and you can find many available therapists in your area by clicking here, and then adding, if you are in a crisis or if you need immediate help, please look at these resources. And so what you see with a situation like that is BetterHelp could make money off of that person if they want it, but instead the company opts to give that person the resources to deal with their specific situation.
Yes, but again, the website itself in the FAQ section contradicts that with a study that states BetterHelp is the better option than face-to-face therapy.
Right, a situation that is more serious may call for more serious measures. We all do not have the same issues that we're working through. The main point through our experience, it was a good product and sponsor with a good purpose, and it was well received. And so following this success, the positive reaction, I negotiated a deal with BetterHelp to
Here is where Philip DeFranco confesses where the investment from the Patreon money went.
Make it so that I could also connect them with other YouTubers like an ad agency would. We connect some content creators, we set them up, we handle their daily numbers, we make sure they get paid. If they have any questions or need any help, we can be there for them. And then on the other end, BetterHelp, if they have any questions regarding, do you think this person would be good or something along those lines, we can advise. And for all of this, like an ad agency would, we take a percentage of the sponsorship.
Yes, but DeFranco Elite was funded by your viewers on Patreon to build a news network, not an ad agency.
And as far as why we would want to operate as kind of a small third-party ad agency is that's been a small goal of our company. As I mentioned before, we had this sponsor that was just seen as a winner on all fronts. And at the same time, I knew of several creators that were having a hard time finding sponsors for their fantastic content. And so it just seemed like a no-brainer that we would take this win on all fronts, connect those people, we'd handle everything for them, and then like an agency does, we take a small percentage for the connection and the upkeep.
At first, DeFranco promoted BetterHelp as just another sponsored creator, hiding the true nature of their relationship, which he reveals he is a partner and not just an affiliate. Hiding this relationship while providing testimonials himself and sponsoring the service after the fact goes against FTC guidelines.
And this part dives even deeper into our long-term business model. It's been a side goal of mine to have an in-house sales team, have essentially a small agency. I mean, everything we do is crowd-funded through DeFranco Elite. It is self-funded. We go out there and we make deals with brands. And so part of our business model moving forward was that, we've done so much legwork to have direct connection to brands rather than working through other agencies.
Yes, but the true nature of your relationship with BetterHelp wasn't revealed until we exposed you. They didn't change their terms of service until we exposed them on October 4th as well. And it wasn't until we exposed all of you that they fired the counselor under rape allegations.
So what if a new part of the company expanded what we're already doing with our existing sponsors and brought it to other fantastic YouTubers? For example, and I think this is something that started the whole snowball effect, we negotiated Shane Dawson's deal with and for him and his team. And that's why our company's name shows up when you go to Shane's link. It allows us to be able to provide him with daily conversion numbers, how many people are signing up.
You promoted his series knowing his affiliates would benefit yourself, and you did not let anyone know about it until now, violating FTC guidelines again.
Also, and this is because there's been a point of confusion, there have also been users like Boogie2988. He was unsure why my company name was in his referral URL. And the reason for that is instead of going to him and several other creators directly, which can take a lot of time, you don't want that agency to feel like you stepped on their toes because this whole business is all about relationship. And so we just went through an agency we already knew that he had been working with.
Which means you went behind creators' backs to provide links that in the end would benefit Rogue Rocket, undisclosed until now, another FTC violation.
And so just like we do with the creators we work with directly, we provide that agency all those numbers for him. And so part of our company here operates as a third-party ad agency, and they're providing a service for all of these people.
Again, you were funded for a news network that has yet to exist, not an ad agency.
That said, as far as what is next, what is upcoming? One, this morning, the founder of BetterHelp wrote a really long Medium post about everything that has transpired. In it, he addresses the terms and condition problem as well as other accusations that have been made. And as far as what is next for me, I currently have our team just scrubbing through accusations and complaints. The reason for that is my goal is to try and get to the BetterHelp offices and speak with the team as I mentioned this week. And also on that note, if you have personally used BetterHelp, you had a bad experience, you have not been completely refunded, if you can provide any sort of evidence that what you're saying is accurate, I would love to bring those specific situations up to them. And so I'll include this email right here. In addition to everything else we're doing, my team and I will go through those as we prepare. And that's because
why DeFranco Elite, DeFranco and his team are taking care of the PR if they are nothing more than an ad agency, as he states.
This week, but also now because this BetterHelp situation is a priority, I'm going to try to get to their office this week.
Problem with the schedule because of BetterHelp. Why not stop the sponsorship? His relation with the company is still a matter of investigation. On a final note, if they are so transparent, why did they change the number of customers from 4 million to only 400,000? If you want to respond to this video, I encourage you to do so.